Oh, coffee, work your magic. Hey everyone, how's it going? I am Matt and I am very tired. It is early Monday, Memorial Day morning. I'm down here in my basement. I am laying in more track as I make changes to my model railroad. I am about ready to lay in my 6th curved turnout, which is crazy to think about. On a layout that's not very big with not a whole lot of crazy complicated track work, to have 6 curved turnouts is an interesting ratio. And I realized, like, I love curved turnouts. I love what curved turnouts can do, especially for a small model railroad. And I thought I'd put together a quick video today and talk about that with you. So, why do I love curved turnouts so much? Well, when you're using straight turnouts, you know, you come to the section of your layout where you inevitably have to kind of curve off around a wall or something like that. You run out of room for those straight turnouts. And so you just kind of got to stop there, make your curve, and go on. With a curved turnout, though, you can kind of extend things like yards and industrial sidings and that kind of stuff out and around the curve a little bit. You can see right here, I've got this curved turnout laid in. And so the switch actually starts kind of further down here on the curve than it would normally if I was just using straight turnouts. So I thought I would run a little bit of an experiment today to take a look at just how much more space I have available to me in my yard since I'm using this curved turnout. So let's do a little bit of an experiment here now. I'm going to use these are number 6 switches. I'm going to pretend like I'm laying this in like I would any normal switch. You know, I'm laying in the end of my yard here using these number 6 switches. And so pretend like the rest of this isn't here. This is where, if I was just using straight switches here, this is where kind of my yard ends, or the switch for my yard ends right here. And so we're going to go ahead and measure how many cars I can kind of fit in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring these cars in. And I'm going to bring them into about where I think I kind of run out of. So I'm going to curve that probably like that. Kind of where I think I run out of space to lay in more cars, right? We're using 40-foot box cars as our gauge for how many cars we can use. And we'll say, we'll say something like this is probably pretty good. So this is kind of like my starting point. Let's go ahead and remove these straight turnouts. And I'm going to mark with these little blue flags here, kind of the end of these cars, so I can see where my starting point is. Okay, so I have already laid in my curved turnout, so you can see I've got a little more yard space here. Let's see how much yard space I actually have. I'm going to bring these cars over to the new end of track limits for them. Right about there for that one. And we'll say right about here for this one. So let's count up how many additional spots I have now for cars in this yard. I have 1, 2, 3.5, 4, and 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5.5 cars overall, additional room in this yard. And those 5.5 cars, if you've got a small model railroad, man, that could be a world of difference, right? I mean, being able to fit that much more on your tracks, huge operational improvement. And this doesn't just work for yards. This works for, you know, industrial sidings as well. You can put an industry on a curve and fill in a little bit of space there and get a little more operational opportunity using a curved turnout that way. Yeah, I love curved turnouts. I think they're great. I think everyone should consider them for the model railroad, and hopefully this gives you some ideas for your own model railroad. Thank you everyone for stopping by and checking out this video. I will see all of you in another video.